Shireen Gafetti covers social media and tech for Vox, and she joins me now. Shireen, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. We have seen, unsurprisingly, right, because of kind of the starts and stops that Musk has had since his takeover of Twitter, a lot of other competitors kind of pop up, but Threads has really kind of run away with it all, with possibly, the 70 million being touted as the signups on its first day out of the gate. Why do you think it's blowing up so fast?
I think the main reason is that Threads is already built into your Instagram friend network. So when you launch Threads, you're not starting from scratch trying to make new connections. You can automatically see everyone you follow on Instagram and choose to follow them again on Threads.
What are the major differences, right? Because you have Musk claiming, cheating, pointing at Threads. They're stealing from us. This is the same thing. What are the differences?
I think, look, it is very similar to Twitter. And I think one of the big reasons that people are flocking to Threads is also because they're just tired of Twitter. A lot of folks disagree with the direction that Elon Musk has taken the platform in. It's, has more lax content moderation, and there's been more outages. So Instagram didn't have to reinvent the wheel here with Threads. They just sort of did kind of take the same feature set and make a new app out of it. Now, there's a lot of leeway for, people borrowing ideas in tech. So it's going to be hard, I think, for Twitter to prove that it's not just the concept of a social media app they're copying. It's actually some kind of proprietary trade secret about the algorithm.
What's interesting, I got to say, is the timing of all this, right? Because I think things really came to a head with Twitter, with the Russian invasion, with the rebellion, I should say, of the Wagner mercenary group and Yevgeny Prigozhin, because I think a lot of folks were looking to Twitter for news. And because of how Elon Musk has kind of changed the approval process and the checkmark process, a lot of folks couldn't necessarily decipher what was real and what wasn't real, what was real news and what was fake news. Is there anything to the timing of Threads, the launch of Threads?
I think so. I think for a lot of folks, it's harder for them now to decipher what is a trusted news source on Twitter and what isn't, because, Twitter did take away those blue check marks from news organizations, from reporters, unless they pay for Twitter Blue. And many newsrooms chose not to do this. So, or many reporters chose not to do this, I should say, especially. So I think that does, in these breaking news moments, make it hard to say, is this an actual legitimate photo of, let's say, the war zone, or is this someone who may be faking it? Is information that may be slanted?
So, Shireen, the head of Instagram says this, which owns Threads, by the way. The goal is not to replace Twitter. Politics and hard news are inevitably going to show up on Threads. They have on Instagram as well to some extent. But we're not going to do anything to encourage those verticals. You think this can kind of be a success, the way in which they want it?
I think news is controversial. And so, what Meta is saying here is that we don't necessarily, the juice isn't worth the squeeze for us to encourage hard news and politics when that comes with a lot of baggage. And if you think about a company like Meta, which owns Facebook, they've gotten a lot of trouble in the past, right, for how they've handled elections, how they've handled political information. Yeah. So I think that's why you see them backing away here. And I don't think that they are going to encourage Threads as a place for news.